Hey, what's going on, you degenerates of the lesser internet? I feel I feel sad, but I feel better making the decision after last video talking about quitting my main channel. Um, you know, I don't like that this is such a weird, nebulous bullshit way of putting things. I know, I understand. But I don't like the term I'm quitting, you know? I just don't. That implies I'm never going to do it again. I might return, go full time, put in all the effort, do what I need to do. I don't know, things could change, you know what I mean? So I don't like the term quitting, but essentially, yeah, I am. What I'm doing is I'm stepping down as CEO of Is Turbo 1984. No one else is going to be running it, but, you know, I'm going to keep the lights on, kinda. I'm going to keep the lights on, kinda. Not going to be really doing any more new content or anything like that. I might reboot the channel at some point in time. But if I do, it'll be a reboot. I wouldn't just return doing the same thing over and over again. But I'll still be doing this channel. So I do like to talk, and I do like to just vent and just talk about shit. So I'll probably move some video game topics over here on this channel, which I'm sure no one will like. But over here, we talk about what I want to talk about. And it is what it is. I'll also temper my expectations. I don't expect everyone to watch everything. You know, I get maybe 10 views per video over time. It is what it is. One or two people, that's fine. But today I do feel better announcing that. I feel like a weight has been lifted off of my chest, but I feel like a weight has been lifted off the back of my neck. um, I just watched a video and I just want to reiterate my comment I made on the video. So the video I watched was, I didn't watch the whole thing. I watched like the first 2 minutes of it. And I'm like, I can't do this anymore. And I stopped the video. I'm like, I'm not doing this. I'm not watching through the whole thing. I know what's happening. I know what's gonna happen. Same old fucking shit. So the video I watched was a police interaction video of a person who's getting his rights trampled. Well, I shouldn't say that in quotes because his rights were getting trampled. It's a police interaction video where citizens' rights were getting trampled by the police, by an authoritarian figure. And I've been watching these videos lately. I've been subscribed to a couple of these channels. The channel in particular I'm talking about, and go ahead and check them out if you want. They're pretty good. They're pretty good. There's a lot of these police interaction channels I was watching. I don't like the ones that... I don't like the social justice ones, right? Every video they do, it's a black guy getting his rights trampled. It's always like a white cop. Like these ones, they cherry pick these stupid fucking videos to further their agenda. I don't like those videos. A video I was watching for a little bit, I noticed like that's all they did was just basically they're basically racist videos who portray Whitey as the bad guy at all times because they can't see, you know, good and evil in anything outside the purview of race. You know, I unsub from them. Some of their videos are good, but what woo, hey, hey, it's a Ridley Doodoo. Yeah, so I unsub from them because it was just race baiting bullshit, and all the leftoids love it. They hate police anyway. Again, just to reiterate my politics, I'm not on the right or the left. Never have been. And, oh, I mentioned in my last video as an example of something that, you know, I'm fairly aligned with the right when it comes to a lot of things, but an example of something that I don't agree with them on was um, abortion issues. Another example of things that I just do not agree with when it comes to the right is the whole back the blue movement. You know, I live in Seattle, you know, a safe blue Democrat large city. You know, it's not as bad as Chicago, but it's right up there with New York and Chicago and LA. It's a big giant blue city where they trample everyone's rights and they're just pathetic and yeah, I'm not a fan of the police. I'm not a fan of the police. I have my own police interaction myself with my car. It took me a while after the fact, but the guy was not a good guy. He was not trying to do right by me. He was not trying to get me my car back. He was not trying to help me. He was trying to bolster his police record. He was trying to get money for his department. He was I see this now after the fact, but he was desperately trying to get me to sign off on a tow company to come and pick up my car. So, you know, I don't know how that works. Maybe his department gets a cut. The wording and the official nature of the letter I got indicates that they have some sort of the towing company has some sort of contract with the department. So maybe they get a cut, or I don't know. But it was very slimy and sleazy. They're like, hey, we need to get this car out of here so we could legally charge you thousands of dollars. I told them I didn't have any fucking money. That's the whole reason why I didn't fucking pick up the car myself. You know, I just pieces of shit, man. Anyway, I'm not a huge fan of the police. And there is definitely an authoritarian problem here. Anyway, you know I like to ramble. The point I'm making is the video I saw was a guy flipping off the police. He was driving down the highway, recording it, of course, flipping the police off, trying to get a negative reaction. Guess what happened? He got a negative reaction. I get that if you're an officer and you take your vows and oaths and you're on the job and some guy flips you off and you are this police officer and you are in the least educated on the premise of our amendment rights, you know you probably shouldn't be flagging down this guy just because he flipped you off and you didn't like it. You know, as long as you stay within your rights, you know, you don't actually put hands on or, you know, anything like that, you hassle this fucking guy, that's fine. 9 times out of 10, 99 times out of 100, y'all don't have cameras. But I don't know, man. It's one of those situations where, like, it just has that loose pussy energy. You know what I mean? It just has the I'm a chick, I'm gonna go to the gym and film myself. And if I don't get the attention I want, then I'm going to do something weird and gross and shitty and stupid. Just to get a reaction. That's what it seems like to me. It's like these people who flip off the cops. If you want to do it, that's fine, like on your off time. But like, you got the camera out. This whole, oh, I film every police interaction, because no, you don't. Like I saw this one video, this guy had his shit running, his dash cam going, as he was stopped at a stoplight. He didn't provoke the cops or anything like that. And then the cop pulled him over for no reason and claimed that he didn't stop at the traffic light, and the cop was just lying and being weird, and the guy just eventually was like, you know, I'm recording, right? That's a good video. That guy wasn't poking the bear. That guy wasn't flipping the cops off. That guy was a legit victim of authoritarianism and police misconduct. Flipping a cop off and then crying, oh, my rights are being trampled. Like, holy fucking shit. Now, this is what I mean. Like, at this point in the conversation, you don't like me. I don't care who you are. You could be the most lefty, leftoid, far left freak. You don't like me. Or you could be the staunch right-wing MAGA guy. You don't like me either. Whoever the fuck you are, you don't like me right now. Bro, why can't you just see these fucking police are trampling your rights and they're pieces of shit, blah, 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 blah. Bro, why can't you just see that, you know what I mean? Like, no matter who you are right now, you ain't liking me in this conversation. But no, I don't like these videos, and I think I am, unless you're staunchly ingrained in, you know, politics on one side or the other, I don't think this is doing any help to the general public. These videos that I watch with police interactions and stuff, they're interesting, and there's shit that's not okay. And there's shit that is fine and expected, but, you know, going out of your way to claim that there's some sort of larger false framing is not okay either, you know? So, showing these flip-off videos where some asshole flips a cop off and the cop hassles them, that's not winning over the public. That's not see, these police don't care about you and your rights. That's not the video you think it is. That's straight up some chick going to the fucking gym with their phone. With her fucking booty out, shaking it around, filming fucking men looking at her. That's the equivalent of the fucking people going to those videos and going, oh yes, look at the misogynistic men, you know, who can't keep the male gaze to themselves, harassing women that are just going to the gym to better themselves. That is the equivalent of that. That's what I see when I look at the comments, when I hear the commentary on these videos, like, oh, look at this authoritarian cop trampling this person's rights. Dude flipped a cop off. I'm not saying that's grounds for fucking, like, throwing him to the ground and breaking his nose and then fucking cuffing him, impounding his car, putting him in jail, holding him for as long as possible on trumped up charges. I'm not saying that. But that doesn't happen most of the time. If the cop pulled over, swung around, and beat the shit out of this guy and put him in prison, and the whole department and the jurisdiction went along with it in this giant police brutality cover-up, then I'd be like, whoa, all that because he flipped you off? Something that's technically protected under free speech? Then you got my attention. But just filming this negative interaction with him hassling you, it's like, oh my God, cry more. We have real problems going on. We have real victims. We have real police brutality that's happening. And you're gonna sit here and cry wolf because you're some fucking chick who went to the gym filming an interaction? You're one of those people. That is not helping the public. That is not raising awareness. That is not getting people on your side. That is not getting people like me who are in the middle on your side. That's making people like me get pushed to the other side. And you're just speaking to your own echo chamber at that point when you post shit like that. So like I said, I like these videos. They're interesting. Sometimes there's really good ones that get an emotional response from me. And it's just crazy. Like, the ones that really piss me off is when people are on their own property, like doing yard work, or they're on their own property at an apartment complex that they have an apartment with, and the cop is just fucking hassling them for no reason. And the dude is like, this is my fucking house, this is my property, what are you doing here? I live here. And they're like, well, we need to see your ID and all this shit just so you could prove. And the guy's like, fuck you, I don't have to show you shit to prove that I'm on my own fucking land. You're trespassing right now. Get out of here. Like, that's the shit that fucking bugs me. But this stuff, man, like I said, it's the equivalent of some chick fucking going to the gym and filming her reaction. Ooh, some of that went down the wrong tube. And by wrong tube, I mean coffee lung. It's my buddy's birthday tomorrow. It's my buddy's birthday tomorrow, and he lives in another state, and I gotta give him a call, because that's the only thing I could do. I guess I could send... Nah, that would be a bad idea. He kind of lives... I don't want to talk shit, but he kind of lives in a not-so-great neighborhood. I'd want to spend, like, get him something on Amazon or something like that and send it to him, but his package would get fucking stolen like that. Yeah, that's about it. I just want to shoot the shit for a little bit, since, you know, this is the only channel I'm probably going to be uploading videos on. I just wanted to talk about that. Kind of air my grievances. I don't know, am I right? Am I wrong? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? On what aspect do you agree or disagree with me with? I mean, are you... I feel like so many people have just an automatic response to certain topics, like the police in general. You're either with them or you're against them. Everybody's back the blue, or everybody is, you know, ACAB. And I've never been one or the other. For a little bit there, I was leaning more towards the side of the police, just because, you know, I'm a human being, and I can clearly see just the insane bias against them after the George Floyd situation. Just this insane hatred and unprecedented and unfounded hate towards police. I was a little bit more on their side, just because I tend to side with the victim of a situation, no matter what side that's called. You know, in this case, it would be the police. The police have been victims to, you know, social constructs these past few years. And, yeah, I feel a little sorry for them, you know? It kind of sucks. And it's not doing us any good favors either, because now, like, the police have turned inward into this giant cult now. They hate fucking everyone. They get hate at all times. And every interaction that they get, they expect it to be like a negative one. Especially if you're in certain cities, or cities in general. Man, a cop rolls up on you, it's not gonna be good. It just is a shitty situation for everyone. But now, a couple years after the fact, I'm looking at the situation. I'm not so pro-cop anymore because, well, because they've turned their rage outwards towards everyone. Because they are being more authoritarian. You know, at first they were... There's problems, of course, right? But I was neither really hot nor cold on police. And then after the George Floyd situation, my view on police was I was a little bit more sympathetic towards them because, you know, they just don't deserve all the shit they were getting. But now it's been a few years. We've seen the mass layoffs. We've seen the mass firing. We've seen the mass resignation from the police force. Police force is relatively smaller than it was. You know, there's not enough security there. There's not enough people patrolling the streets. Crime is through the roof and rampant. More so now than it ever was. There's just not enough bodies on the streets to keep the peace. They let certain crimes go. Their bosses and the lieutenants and the captains and the mayors, they all tell them to fucking cut loose the black people. And a plethora of crimes, and it makes the city worse. Their hands are tied. That is why you have resignations and layoffs and whatnot. They've purged the system. They've purged the cops that they don't want there. They've purged the cops that are going to fight back against the system. Now you have a group of cops who are status quo cronies, like the guy posing as the good guy who just wanted to fucking get money for his department by fucking charging me an arm and a leg for towing. You know, you get pieces of shit like that. Pieces of shit who will violate your rights because the city and our local government will back them when it comes to violating our rights, when it comes to certain things. And they don't really have to worry about, you know, any sort of like public outcry for making a black person mad, because they just don't deal with them anymore. They let them go, and they just don't. Unless someone's like murdering someone on the street, they will not intervene. I've seen it. It sucks. Up here at my local supermarket, there used to be a cop standing outside on the corner a few years ago, right? The police would be there and they would patrol and stuff like that. Police ain't there no more. Police ain't there no more. Because 9 times out of 10, when there's a fight or a theft or something shady going on, it's always a black or brown person. And so now they're not in that mess. They're like, nah, we're not getting involved. Okay, great. So now the place is fucking horrible now. Now there's a private security company there doing that shit. More money out of the pockets of out of the company, because they got to pay for private security. And crime in general is ramped up in the area, and it sucks. So yeah, these cops nowadays, there's just a different feeling. They're their own group. They're their own. They don't like people. They're not serving the public anymore. The ones that serve the public have gotten kicked out or have left. So I was sympathetic. Now I'm not anymore, because it's just a different beast. A good example I would give on the situation would be BioWare. BioWare is a video game company that I used to adore. I love their games, but the BioWare today is not the same BioWare I fell in love with. You can't just be pro BioWare or anti BioWare. They're two different companies now. Same thing with police. The police that I was sympathetic towards I'm no longer sympathetic towards them anymore. But in any case, whether you're for or against, you're not winning normal people over by filming you flipping them off and then whining about your rights getting trampled when you get a negative reaction. That is some loose pussy fucking energy. Anyway, just wanted to say that. I'll probably post a little bit more frequently on this channel now that I'm stepping down from my other one. So I'll be ranting and a little bit more here, and so enjoy that. Enjoy that. I'm gonna go play some Call of fucking Duty because I got the itch. I had my coffee. What does that look like? I was eating a bowl of shit. That's blueberries. I was eating my oatmeal. Spent all morning, had breakfast, spent all morning on my website updating some shit on the back end, approving some posts. And... Anyway, fuck off.